Okay, this is just a really quick training video so that you can get your head around which cleanser you should use and why you should use it. I find it easier doing videos because it's really hard to put this in a training manual, and it's basically the thought process that I go through when a client comes in as to why I would pick a certain cleanser over another. So we're going to go through them. So I'm going to start with the Hibiscus Milk cleanser. So with this cleanser, it's basically non-comedogenic, but predominantly I use it for dry and mature skins. It is a creamy formula, so those who are acne prone generally don't tend to like it. The main active ingredient in it is hibiscus extract, which inhibits tyrosinase by 61%, so it's skin lightening. So if you had someone that wasn't acne prone but wasn't particularly aged, and they had relatively normal skin and they had pigmentation, I would actually give them this cleanser for that reason. It's also anti-aging, so with those, it actually should be in your training manual, but there's quite a distinct difference in the amount of wrinkles after about 8 weeks of use. So if they've got really aged skin, it's really good for that as well. So that's predominantly why I'd use this. It's really, really hydrating on the skin. I would suggest, if you haven't tried the cleansers, even if they're not the right one for you, put it on your skin so you can actually get a feel of it. But yeah, it's very, very hydrating. So your next one I'm going to go through is your pore cleansing oil. So why would I choose this over, say, the honey face wash or the soothing cleansing oil? Acne skins have low levels of linoleic acid. So what actually happens is, as the sebum increases, their linoleic acid decreases. Now, sunflower oil is very, very high in linoleic acid, and studies have actually shown that topical application of an oil will actually absorb into the skin, and so you'll get that benefit. So that's the logic of it. The other logic of it is that linoleic acid has been found to be comedogenic. So what that means is it will dissolve blackheads, basically. So there was a 25% reduction after a month. So again, we tend to prescribe this for acne-prone skins. With your clients, if they are not used to an oil-based cleanser, most of them are going to go, yeah, I don't want to use it. The way that I sell it to them, and it sells every single time, is I actually put it on the back of their hand. I put a small amount, rub it in, show them what they're doing, get a cotton pad, rinse it off, and I'll guarantee you 9 times out of 10 you will get dirt or some gunk off their skin. And I'll show them and say, look how well that cleans. And then I'll get them to feel their hand, and I'll go, do you feel greasy? And they're sort of like, no. And I'm like, I said, honestly, you've got to trust me, this works. And so basically that's how I've sold them on. If you've seen any of the testimonials for it, this is actually a rave product. Everyone raves about it. They're usually shocked when they start to use it. So this is basically your blackhead busting cleanser. That's the way I would like to put it. It's fantastic at removing makeup as well. So generally, if they've got makeup, they can do a double cleanse. They can do a cleanse with this. If they were acne prone, they could also use the gel cleanser afterwards, the honey face wash. But I tend to just use the pore cleansing oil. So why would you use the reactive, say, over the pore cleansing oil? Because they're two oil-based cleansers. So the difference with this is I tend to use this with people who have continuous redness in their skin or their rosacea. The heaviness of this is it's heavier than the pore cleansing oil, so it's a bit more of a richer oil. It's also got raspberry seed oil, which is high in omega-3, and it's also got passion fruit oil in it as well. So predominantly those skins that are red are really lacking in essential fatty acids. They've got a lot of moisture loss from the skin, so the fact that the oil is a little bit heavier is always good, and it helps restore that. So it's really anti-inflammatory. So that's the predominant reason why I would use it. If you had an acne skin that came in and they were like really impaired with their barrier, you may sell them one of this, but what I would suggest is that you sell them only a travel size one, because within 3 to 4 weeks their skin's going to rapidly change, and therefore they will want the pore cleansing oil because this will feel too heavy for them. So that's the predominant reason why I would use that. Now, your honey face wash is predominantly for your skins that have not really a lot going on with it. They're fairly normal, they're no problem with them, or for those who simply just refuse to use anything except for a gel cleanser. It's really gentle on the skin, it doesn't dry the skin out. It's the surfactant in it is sodium lauryl sarcosinate, which is one of the gentlest surfactants on the market. So it's also got manuka honey in it, and that's actually antibacterial, and it's also anti-inflammatory as well. So it does have benefits if they are acne prone and they refuse to use the pore cleansing oil. But yeah, so that's your 4 cleansers. And our next video we're going to go through is actually the hydrating treatment lotions.